Before we move on, should we check in on Mark Hamill and see how he's doing? All right.
Makes us love cinema so much that we're all gathered here to celebrate tonight. For me,
this is live.
Films create worlds so vivid and stories so powerful we lose ourselves in them completely. They create immersive cinematic.
We really do create stories so vivid, don't we, Mark?
Something nearly became vivid, Mark.
The cameraman is just thinking, I'm so glad I picked this angle and not a different one.
Doesn't it pan back, though, the camera? Like, let's see if we get as much in as possible.
You would think immediately just like cut to camera number 2, straight away. They're like, no, we need to
the
show
audience,
this.
right? Just being like, oh, look at these fun. Yeah.
Poor Mark's not had the best of years, has he? So far.
I mean, at least make a joke about your lightsaber at this point. It's
You just think, like, God, how do you go up on stage in front of thousands of people and like not have your belt done up properly? Would you have not noticed?
Oh, I thought you were going to say not have your hair brushed, but okay, yeah.
Look, he styles himself how he wants to. Okay.
What gets me though is you can feel your trousers slipping unless they're so much. Like, they must have been coming down for a while. It's like, no, it's fine. I can get through this. Oh no!
Usually, yeah, if you're wearing like a loose pair of jeans or trousers or whatever, walking is what usually dislodges them and makes them fall. It's like, so he had to walk to the podium and he didn't notice.
He's drunk. He's probably drunk off his fucking mind.
Head,
yeah.
Do you think everyone is when they do these award ceremonies? It's like,
I have to imagine they're pretty boring.
I think Mark's drunk as soon as he gets up in the morning to as soon as he goes to bed at night. I think that's when the period of Mark Hamill's drunkenness actually takes place.
It's like he wakes up, looks at CNN, and is like, "Oh fuck, Donald Trump's still president." Like,
when he won the election, he just ordered 4 years worth of.
4 years of Glenfiddich, please.
Just have like a silo with a little tube that goes directly to his bedroom.
It's just a straw that comes through as soon as he gets up.
Just think, that's the guy you're spending $500 to get his autograph for. Isn't that insane?
Yeah,
$500. I looked it up. He had $700 on specialty large items. $700.
Dude, the thing about that, it's kind of sad. Luke Skywalker means fucking everything to some people. So it's, that's how that happens. It's obviously going to be that. It's not, well, all the Joker, right? It's not going to be, what else is he in?
That's it.
He was in
the games back in the 90s. So,
he's known for Luke Skywalker and the Joker. That's pretty much Mark Hamill's career.
But yeah, like I don't know, it just makes me feel sad sometimes being like, oh yeah, I'll put my name on a thing.
I mean, I'd probably pay $500 to get him to sign a picture of Trump pulling down his trousers at an award. Just to see if he'd do it. It's like, well.
Yeah.
I would honestly like to walk up to him with a MAGA hat and just be like,
You could be like, for an extra $500, I want to record you doing it with your trousers falling down.
Like one hand gripping over the other side.
I was going to say poor Mark, but you know what? Not really. Like, he's just.
I wonder if he thinks about what those words really mean to so many people, because obviously so many people are on the side he's not on. And I mean, yeah, Luke Skywalker is one of those few icons that so many people look up to and have, grown into the person they were because of him. And then he goes on and he rambles his mouth like he does. I wonder if he ever just sits back and thinks about those people, people. They're not things, they're not items, they're not numbers, they're people. That would be nice.
I think he's lost the ability to do that a long time ago. I think now he's so consumed with rage and frustration.
Dude, I remember, I think it was 2014, I want to say. I was at my mum's for Easter, and she got me this R2-D2 Easter egg. So it's just literally a chocolate R2-D2. So I took a photo of it, and I atted Mark Hamill in, and he actually liked the tweet. It's like, oh, what a nice little thing to do. I wasn't expecting it. Like, what a nice little thing to do from Mark Hamill. And then you think, oh, what happened to the guy? He just turned into a complete. He wasn't just like anti-people. He was actively saying, "Oh, we should hate these people. These people aren't real. You know, these people aren't human." I should really specify they should be treated like this and that. And it's just like, if ever there was a disconnect between who you are and the characters that you play, because I love Luke Skywalker as a character. Luke Skywalker's great. Mark Hamill's a fucking bellend.
Well, I'm also not really surprised that people in Hollywood hate people outside Hollywood. For me, it's a lot more, I can't believe you're stupid enough to tell everybody when you still need their money for all these roles. It's just a complete lack of business acumen. You think, no, I'll just offend everybody, it'll be fine. That'll be $20 million to get me to play the next role. No audience, thank you.
I mean, I kind of think like he just took it to the next level. Like with a lot of people in Hollywood, it's like, right, we're gonna pretend to care about this thing and like say all the correct the correct statements, all that sort of thing. But when you get right down to it, like we know when to fold. Mark just took it like way too far. It's like, no, I'm gonna ride this all the way to the end. And like someone needs to just take him aside and say, Mark, you know, it's just an act, right? None of us really give a shit about any of this stuff. Like we're just pretending.
But don't you think it's the most sensible thing for an actor when they're cornered by one of these quite blatant, malicious media people that want to get their soundbite into their magazines, and they ask them something that's politically charged? You just think anyone with half a brain would just say, why would I answer a question that is going to alienate a proportion? If I agree with what you're saying, I'm going to alienate half of my audience in America. If I disagree, the other half. So to answer this question would just be divisive and stupid to do. You know, allow people to have their politics, allow people to think whichever way they want to think. You know, my job is to entertain. My job is to put bums on seats at a cinema and hopefully give you a couple of hours of fun entertainment. Politics has got nothing to do with this.
Well, I mean, Brie Larson learned that lesson.
Oh, the hard way.
Yeah.
Sorry, more different from that though. Like, because the thing I was about to say is like, has anyone ever given the answer as just did? It was like in history.
Brie's the closest, I think. Like she asked them questions back.
I feel like you guys give her more credit for her answer. She basically said, "I'm not going to say anything because I'll piss everyone off."
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Well, this
is a really stupid question for me to answer. It's legit.
What Az just said was way more diplomatic and the kind of thing I'd love to hear. What Bree said is like funny to me.
There was the guy that played Hannibal in the TV series. I forget his name. He did a movie where
Maz Mikkelsen.
Yeah, somebody asked him. He was making a role set in like Scandinavia, and they were saying this won't actually qualify for the Oscars because of their diversity requirements. Does this bother you? And he went, "Does it bother you? Because you're putting us on the spot here. So I'd like to hear your answer about it." And the guy doesn't. He had no response for it. He's like, "Well, probably not really." And I think just reflecting them back at the journalist, because they're after you to get yourself in trouble. So do it back to them. It's like make them the focus of it.
Yeah, I mean, you made a really good video about this. Like when basically saying like Brie Larson realized that the journalists are not her friends. Like they're your enemy. They're just trying to get you in trouble. They're trying to get a soundbite that they can sensationalize. And that's all it comes down to. They're not there to look out for you, and they're not there to help you out. No, they are your enemy.
My favorite interviewer is the camp guy from Variety, who went, "Is this the gayest one?" Because they all love that kind of character. They love that, and it's really disarming to them. And so we can get them to say anything he wants in any interview.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how he keeps getting these amazing opportunities because he's not pleasant to listen to. How can I put it? He's got a very unique voice.
But it's a whole system. He's part of their system, and he, when you get into these people that ride the red carpets to ask the questions, the amount of how vacuous they actually are. There's a term which I was introduced to recently: the star fuckers. That's all they are. They're just so consumed with the with the whole ethos of stardom and celebrity. That they just turn into these star fuckers, these vacuous smiles that are on the red carpet meeting these people to say the most inane things. So, you're an Iron Man. What is your favorite Iron Man color? You know, it's just,
what you're seeing there is like two people having completely different conversations, right? So it's like the journalist asking a bunch of inane questions, the star promoting whatever movie they're trying to promote, just giving the pre-approved PR answers, and each person is just like saying the things that need to be said. Like they might as well just be playing a pre-recorded tape that they had in advance. Like that's all it is. There's no conversation there. Neither person really cares what the other's actually saying. The journalist is just going to wait for them to give their pre-approved answer before they move on to the next generic puffball question, and then they just get through the interview that way. It's not, neither person cares about what the other person's there for.